Hey WeReadBookers, it's May! It's almost summer! Look, the sun's out, but there's like a really big cloud though that might cover that very soon. So let's just enjoy it while we can. In April I read only 4 books. All of them were kind of hard to get through though, except for one. So I'll start with that one because that's the one that I finished first this month because it was such an enjoyable read, and it was Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. I feel like everybody's heard of this book. It's huge now ever since it became an HBO show. I've heard of this book and then I forgot about it. And then I watched the HBO show and I got to episode 5 and I thought, this is a book. I need to finish this book and read it before I finish watching the TV show, because that's just the weird way that I work. So I gave this a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed reading it. It was such a good book. Slight differences between the TV show and book, but overall I thought that they both were great in their own right. Fantastic music in the TV series, and I think the same guy directed all of the episodes, and he did a fantastic job. It was definitely the most enjoyable read of this month. Unfortunately it was over too soon. I did guess some things on it, and others I was very surprised at. Highly recommend it if you're into a really quick fun read about a mystery. The second book I finished was supposed to be a fun one. It was Heir of Fire in the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I don't know about this one. I really liked the beginning and I liked the end, but the middle just dragged for me. It dragged, and I was like, I finished it thinking, I don't know if I want to read the rest. But I'm fully committed at this point. I'm going to finish them. I just might need to take a month off of Glass of Thrones series because, I don't know, that last one kind of did me in. 3 out of 5 stars though, because I do really like the series and the writing, and I appreciate a good fantasy book. The third book I finished was in my president's biography, the worst biography I read so far. It was James Madison and the Making of America by Kevin Gutzman, or something like that. 2 out of 5. I don't know if this book is my fault because it's James Madison, The Making of America, so it like bypasses his childhood in like 4 pages, and then it goes straight into like he's at college and then he's suddenly helping write the Constitution, and it was so boring. It was so boring and it made me really sad. The later part where he's actually like Secretary of State and President was a little bit more interesting, but I mean, you could have written this book a little better, right? And you know, I like the biographies where I get to learn about their personal life and their childhood and all that stuff because it really makes them seem more alive, and we went straight to business in this book, and let me tell you, it was a snooze fest. So, least favorite so far. I don't know if that's Madison's fault or just his biographer's fault, or I should have picked a better biography, but failed really miserably on this one. My bad. And the last book I finished is a very popular book right now. It came out a few years ago. I feel like every book club in the world is reading it. It's A Little Life by Hanya Yanagira. Holy shit. This book is so good. 4 out of 5 only because it was so hard to get through, because it was so depressing. And it almost never got better. It almost was just depressing the whole damn time. It was so hard to read. I had to take breaks. I cried so much. I've never cried so much reading a book before in my life. But so good. Probably the one, it's probably going to be a really big contender for the best book I've read this year, or will read this year, I'm sure. It was very well written. I loved the characters. It was a really tough one. It was a really tough one to get through. Just because the plot was so sad, and it just kept getting more sad. Like, I kept expecting at one point, there's like this midpoint in the book called The Happy Years. They're not even that happy. So, you know, it was just one of those things that was really hard to get through, but fantastic book, and I couldn't recommend it more. If you feel like things are going really well right now, I can't remember the last time I was sad. Wouldn't it be nice to feel sad again? You can pick up this book and just thank me later. So that's what I read in April. I don't really know what I'm reading yet in May, so I really got to get on that list. I'm still in the middle of It by Stephen King, about 20% done, but I'm definitely going to finish it before the new movie comes out. Okay, that's all for me for my April reads. The sun's going away. Bye, sun. Oh, looks like it's going to rain. Sad. Hope you're all having a lovely spring, and I'll see you in summer. Bye!